victims and survivors that are now in other countries across Europe or even outside of Europe since they fled Ukraine can seek justice. In Ukraine at the moment, it is extremely difficult to estimate and evaluate the number of cases of conflict-related sexual violence since the beginning of the invasion. There's lots of unreported crimes that we don't know about, especially in occupied territories. What we've seen so far is that most cases are individual cases. We haven't yet found evidence that rape or other type of sexual violence is used as a politic by the Russians units, which is usually what we can see in conflicts when rape is used as a war weapon to destroy communities and women's bodies. One thing that's really crucial at the minute is to make sure that the documentation and the investigation of forms of sexual violence are being documented according to best practices and international standards to avoid re-traumatization of survivors and to make sure that there is no stigma attached. There's not that many survivors that are willing to come forward for now. And so definitely having the proper care and then the proper type of documentation and investigation would help with providing the survivors the support they need. For example, in the Democratic Republic of Congo and other countries, there's been those one-stop centers that have been set up where the survivor can come in one place and receive the legal, the psychosocial, the medical, and then even the economic support that they need. There is a potential to replicate those kind of models in Ukraine and to assist and help the national authorities in setting up those models that have been proven to be extremely efficient for providing survivors of conflict-related sexual violence with the right support. Victims and survivors that are now in other countries across Europe or even outside of Europe since they fled Ukraine can seek justice. Obviously, the Ukrainian authorities are going to play a key role in providing justice for survivors, but also other domestic jurisdiction through the principle of universal jurisdiction, the legal tool that allows countries to investigate and prosecute core international crimes, even if those crimes have not been committed on their territories or against their citizens or by their citizens. It's considered to be crimes so grave that all countries have jurisdiction to prosecute them.